Hi, I'm Barry Sahajian. Today I'm talking about reggae bass licks. I wrote a book called Reggae Bass Licks a while back, and I have a lot of great examples in there, and there are 3 progressions to put these lines in. So since we're talking about progressions, let me outline a little about what they're about. These progressions are very simple, found in rock, and sometimes in jazz, only with a little more denser harmony. I'm going to be covering some of those elements, but that's not all that happens in reggae. It'll give you some defining examples to work with. Let me start with playing one of the clips now. Let's talk about this a little bit. This is a 1, 6, 3, 4 progression. That would be E, C sharp minor, G sharp minor to A. Right now I'd like to give you a little history lesson. I wrote this book in 1991. At that time there was no notation software, and I struggled with this for a long time until notation software came out. So I had to learn musical calligraphy. And how this works is, you get a triangle like this here in your left hand, right? And then you get your pen and you write a note, and then here's your bars and here's your stems. And that would be it. And you're doing it with the calligraphy pen, which was India ink, so if you made a mistake, you were in trouble. You have to white it out or do something, so you had to be very careful. It was very tedious. This was my one experience in actually getting involved in visual art. I also learned a lot of things that I never paid attention to at all. Reading music is quite a bit different than writing the music. You become aware when you're writing it, how many measures per system. And then the spacing of notes. What happens when you have a bunch of 16th notes and 2 quarter notes, and you have 3 measures that look like that? Then that becomes sort of an artistic spacing. But then, on the other hand, mathematical spacing, like in classical music, that happens a lot because they'll have, a lot of passages with all 16th notes, and it becomes easy to space out 4 measures of 16th notes in one system. And all of these things came to play, and it was quite a learning experience. And the thing that made me cry was all of that work I did to develop that skill is gone and useless now. Now we have digital notation, but even so with the digital notation, sometimes some of the things I learned writing the music by itself goes into play with the digital music too. Sometimes I get disturbed when I say 3 measures in a system instead of 4 or 2. And, that happens a lot, and I think the people that write the music should think about it for a second, because it makes it easier to see phrasing and a whole bunch of other things. It goes on, but so much for off-topic subject. Let's go back into reggae bass licks. Here's another one coming at you. That first line I just played previously is a core example. In other words, the next 3 examples are going to be with variations. I'll put rectangles around the variations that I think are important, so you can refer to them and practice those individual measures or practice the whole thing. And if you play all these variations, you should be able to improvise with them and make the variations happen naturally within a progression. This line I'm going to play right now is almost identical to the last line, with one exception. I play a note on the 4th beat at an octave, and just that subtle change there keeps it interesting. That's all for this video. Thank you for stopping by. I'd like to mention that I have some downloads you might be interested in on my Patreon page, the backing tracks for this, the notes and tabs. Also, the original book this came from, Reggae Bass Licks. I might ask that you subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of future videos, like, comment, stop by again, and thanks once again. Keep playing bass.